Ever wondered if that unbelievably affordable smart TV you see advertised is maybe just too good to be true? You know the ones.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a classic dilemma. And today, we're actually diving deep into exactly that kind of product.
We are. We're looking at the Vizio 40-inch full HD smart TV, model VFD 40M08. It's one of their 2024 ultra-budget offerings.
And our insights for you today, they come from a really thorough analysis by freeproductreports.com.
Yeah, they didn't just glance at it. They synthesized, get this, over 10,000 customer reviews.
Wow.
Plus, they dug into the crucial context around Vizio's, recent acquisition by Walmart, which is a huge piece of this puzzle.
Definitely. So our mission for you here is to unpack the real value proposition of this TV. Understand why people seem to either love it or hate it.
Right, it's very polarized. And maybe most importantly, explore what Vizio becoming essentially a Walmart company actually means for you, the consumer.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly is this TV beyond that low price?
Okay, so fundamentally, it's a 1080p full HD TV. That's standard high definition, not 4K. It's got a 60 hertz refresh rate.
Which is fine for most TV shows and movies, but maybe not ideal for super fast action or high-end gaming.
Exactly. It does support HDR10 though, which helps with contrast and color a bit. Full array LED backlight. But the unique thing for this price class.
Yeah, the Bluetooth headphone connectivity. That's actually a pretty nice surprise down here in the budget end.
It really is. So who's it for then?
Well, it seems ideal as a secondary display. Think bedrooms, maybe a dorm room, the kitchen. Also, obviously, for anyone who's really price sensitive and just needs basic streaming or, watching broadcast TV.
And who is it not for?
Definitely not for your main home theater setup if you're an enthusiast. Serious gamers will want more. And critically, anyone who gets easily frustrated by a slow interface. We'll get to that.
Okay. So given those, let's call them modest expectations, it's interesting how many 5-star reviews pop up. What are people loving?
Well, the big thing seems to be the picture quality for the price. People often genuinely surprised, saying it looks better than they expected for a 1080p TV in this budget category.
So it punches above its weight visually then?
To a degree, yeah. And the value aspect is huge. Getting any kind of smart TV features at this price feels like a win to many. Plus, the initial setup, apparently it's pretty simple and straightforward.
And you mentioned gaming earlier.
Right, it does include auto low latency mode, ALLM. So while it's not a high refresh rate gaming beast, that feature does make casual gaming feel a bit more responsive. It reduces input lag.
Okay, that makes sense. But then you see those really harsh 1-star reviews. What's driving that? What's the Achilles heel here?
Oh, there's a very clear pattern. The single biggest complaint by far is the Vizio OS, the smart TV operating system.
What about it?
It's widely reported as, frustratingly slow, unresponsive, buggy, prone to freezing up entirely, often needing a hard reboot, like unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Oof, that sounds annoying.
It's more than annoying for many. It's the main reason for those 1-star ratings.
Yeah.
It's the core weakness. And then there's the sound.
Let me guess, not great?
Not great is putting it mildly. Tinny is a word that comes up a lot. Basically, you'll almost certainly want to budget for an external soundbar if you care about audio quality at all.
Okay, so performance issues with the software, subpar sound. What about the actual hardware? Does the TV itself hold up?
That's another major red flag in the negative reviews. There are significant reliability concerns.
Such as?
A worrying number of 1-star reviews mention hardware failures. Things like Wi-Fi connectivity just dying, the screen developing issues, or even units being dead on arrival.
Wow.
And often these failures seem to happen, frustratingly, just after the standard 1-year warranty expires. So the realistic projected lifespan seems to be maybe 3 to 5 years, if you're lucky.
And connectivity.
It's pretty limited, only 2 HDMI ports, and crucially, no wired Ethernet port. You're relying solely on Wi-Fi for all your streaming, which, can be less stable depending on your home network.
Okay, so picture quality, good for the price, but significant risks around the OS. Sound, reliability, and connectivity. But there's this whole other layer now, isn't there? The Walmart factor.
Right. This is potentially a game changer. Walmart acquired Vizio for about $2.3 billion. That deal closed in December 2024.
And the key insight here from the analysis is why Walmart bought them, right? It wasn't really about selling TVs.
Exactly. The prize wasn't the hardware manufacturing. It was Vizio's SmartCast operating system. And more specifically, the direct access it provides to over 18 million active user accounts.
Ah, the data.
The data And the eyeballs. This is all about accelerating Walmart's advertising business, Walmart Connect. They want to compete directly with Amazon's ad platform, and Vizio gives them a screen right in your living room.
So what does that practically mean if you buy this TV or already own a Vizio?
Well, you should probably anticipate the Vizio OS becoming much more deeply integrated into the Walmart ecosystem.
Meaning more ads.
Likely more targeted ads, yeah. And probably new features that try to connect what you watch with your shopping habits on Walmart.com or in their stores.
Interesting. And could Vizio become like a Walmart exclusive brand?
That's a real possibility. It could definitely impact where you can buy them in the future and where you go for support. Things might shift.
Okay, so putting this all together, let's give people a kind of checklist. What are the top things you need to weigh up?
All right, number 1, performance versus patience. Are you okay with a potentially slow, buggy, smart interface to save money? Or would you maybe just plan on buying an external streaming stick like a Roku or Fire TV and plugging that in, which adds cost, of course.
Good point. Okay, number 2.
Connectivity needs. Those 2 HDMI ports and Wi-Fi only, is that genuinely enough for all your devices, your consoles, your sound bar, and is your Wi-Fi reliable enough?
Number 3.
The reliability risk. This is a big one. Are you prepared for the, frankly, non-trivial chance that this TV might fail earlier than you'd hope?
And the report mentioned extended warranties.
Yes, and they're surprisingly cheap, like around $11 for 2 years, maybe $15 for 3. Given the reported failure rates, considering that small extra cost seems almost necessary, not just optional.
Okay, makes sense. And finally,
future-proofing. It's 2024-2025. Is a 1080p TV still acceptable for you, especially with your main screen? 4K is pretty much the standard now for content, and you can often find entry-level 4K TVs for maybe only $20 to $40 more than this Vizio.
Right, the price gap to 4K has really shrunk.
It really has. So taking all that into account, what was the final verdict from freeproductreports.com?
They gave the Vizio VFD 40M08 an overall score of 60 out of 100, which is okay, not terrible, not great.
And the bang for buck rating?
That was better, a 7 out of 10, which reflects that initial value proposition.
So the summary is basically, it's super affordable, a picture might surprise you for the money, but you're taking on some pretty significant, well-documented risks. Yeah. Especially with that smart OS and the long-term reliability questions.
Exactly. We've peeled back the layers here, seen the surprisingly decent picture quality for the cost, but also hit those critical weaknesses, particularly that sluggish, frustrating smart OS.
And it's crucial to remember that Walmart context. This isn't just about buying a cheap TV anymore. It's about understanding Walmart's bigger strategy.
Yeah, how they plan to use that screen in your living room for their own advertising ambitions.
Which leads us to a final thought for you to maybe chew on.
What does this trend mean for the future of budget smart TVs overall? Are they becoming less about just showing you movies and shows and more about being platforms for retail media?
And if so, what could that mean for your privacy, for the kinds of personalized experiences or ads you encounter every time you turn on your screen? Something to ponder maybe the next time you're scrolling through Netflix or Hulu.